Hello everybody and welcome to the Fancy Sip Review. Today on the Fancy Sip Review, I'm going to be trying the new 2023 Halloween limited release beverage by Mountain Dew. This is going to be called Voodew, and I believe this is Voodew number 5. On the old cans, it used to show how many fingers they were holding up, which is how I knew what number it was. Now I'm pretty sure it's at 5. I didn't actually look at the can yet. But again, this is the 2023 variant, which every year they come out, they have different flavors. And with a lot of these types of drinks, these are tested out in college campuses, and whichever flavor more or less tastes the best is what they usually go with. Now, the Voodew is their fall limited release beverage, unlike their summer limited release beverage, which is the Baja Blast. These flavors are less fruity tasting, and usually they taste more like a candy. They have a confectionery type taste to it, which usually tastes kind of bad. But with the amount of sugar in it, it is kind of hard for this to not be tasty in a way. I mean, people are addicted to sugar. So let's see what is on this can. It says Mystery Flavor 2023 Mountain Dew Voodew. There's the Grim Reaper on it with a cool color scheme. Looks like 90s colors. There's 160 calories in this small can. In this beverage, you are getting 160 calories, 50 milligrams of sodium, 44 carbohydrates, 44 total sugar, although it includes an additional 44, no protein. The ingredients are carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, citric acid, natural and artificial flavor, gum or Arabic, caffeine, sodium benzoate, which is a preservative for the freshness, sodium citrate, potassium sorbate, that preserves the freshness, as well as the benzoate, glycerol ester of rosin, calcium disodium, EDTA to protect the flavor, and this is bottled in Purchase, New York. This is what this section looks like. Everything I said in the can is accurate. I do like the design of the Grim Reaper. I do know that the flavor is probably not going to be as good as the Baja Blast. I don't really need to repeat that. Let's see how the drink looks when I pour it. I wonder what the color will be. Will it be black? Will it be purple? What is odd before I drink this review is, for some reason, Mountain Dew's not a big fan of their Halloween type flavors. I remember when there was a vote between two flavors, Baja Blast and Pitch Black. Pitch Black won the vote, and it was supposed to become a permanent flavor, and I actually never saw it on shelves anywhere. I saw it in 20-ounce cans at gas stations, but you know, if the fans voted for Pitch Black, I don't know why Mountain Dew went against the fans' interest. But here we have another Halloween flavor. Let's see how it tastes. Let's see what it looks like. So what is interesting with this is it is completely different in terms of color than I thought it would be. I was expecting this to be a purple or a black color, but it is completely white, although there is obviously some coloring in it that makes it a milky type of a white. Let's see what this smells like. It is interesting as this is a mystery flavor. Will I be able to tell what the flavor of this is through the smell alone, or will they try masking it with some sort of odd smell? Now, the drink itself has a bit of a cherry smell to it. It smells like a confectionery type of a beverage. It tastes more in lines of what would be a candied flavor, as I've said, with this line, comparatively to a fruity flavor. This doesn't have the smell of the Baja Blast, which had a Mountain Dew inspired fruit smell. This has more of a cherry candy smell. Let's see how this sits in the mouthfeel portion of this review. The drink has a very strong sweetness to it in terms of the flavor profile. Now, in terms of what the drink tastes like, what the actual flavor of this Mountain Dew is, it's more of a Airhead flavor, which, although I'm reviewing this in the way of not knowing what it tastes like, I did read online Mountain Dew kind of spilling the beans, as they say, on the flavor by saying it's a airy flavor and then showing the red balloon from the movie It. And, I mean, air spelled like Air Jordan in a red balloon. I would have to be playing pretty ignorant on what the flavor is supposed to be. So again, this drink is supposed to be a red Airhead flavor, which the red Airhead, if I remember right, I haven't had one in a while, is a kind of a sourish, not really sour, but it doesn't have the same type of candy taste as the other Airheads. I don't know if this was meant to be the red flavor, but it comes off more of the mystery white flavor of Airheads. But if I'm trying to review the Mountain Dew mystery flavor, and I were to say that it tastes like the mystery Airheads, I mean, what is that even supposed to taste like? Does this taste like an Airhead? It does 100%. Does this taste specifically like the red one? Kind of. I mean, it doesn't have the same type of a taste because I'm sure this has more sugar in it. Let me try this drink again, see if the taste changes now that, I admit it, I know what the flavor is supposed to be. But let's try to give this another try. What I will say with this Mountain Dew flavor is I do think this year this flavor of Voodew is actually better than any of the other Voodews that I've had in the past. Usually I'm incredibly down on these flavors. They're usually kind of gross tasting. You'll have like a candy corn flavor or another mystery flavor in which you can kind of tell they're just trying to come up with a flavor that doesn't really taste good to just release limited in a limited quantity for the season. But I think compared to the past Voodews and a lot of the more recent Baja Blast flavors, I think this is probably one of the better limited release Mountain Dew flavors. Mountain Dew, honestly, they know what their bread and butter are. Although the most popular or the most sold Mountain Dew is going to be the original, they do know that the Code Red is their top seller, probably followed by Voltage. But it is odd to me, again, that they won't just have a black flavor. I don't know why that is. The pitch black the fans all wanted. You would think at this point they would just have a Voodew that they would just keep selling, because with the Baja Blast flavor, every year when they release limited release flavors, the Baja Blast is always one of the 12 packs with the additional 2 or 1 variant of the Baja Blast. This is the 5th Voodew, and they don't release a Voodew to go with Voodew 2013. I think that this tastes the best again, and I think that this should be the top selling, or the flavor of Voodew that comes out around the fall to be the seller with the new flavors. I think that this is pretty good. I mean, it doesn't really taste like a red Airhead like they want it to. It just kind of tastes like an Airhead-inspired, 88 gram of sugar in a 12-ounce can beverage. But, I mean, it tastes good. It doesn't have any weird taste to it like the Baja Blasts had that I reviewed. I think that this is one of the better Mountain Dew flavors that have come out as of late. I think that this is better than the Dollar General pineapple flavor, which I would think would be one of the better flavors. I haven't reviewed that on Fancy Sip yet, but I think I'm going to be giving this drink an 8.5 out of 10. I give everything positive reviews, but there's really no knock on this drink that I can find. It doesn't have a gross aftertaste. It doesn't have a weird mouth feel. It just tastes like sugary syrup beverage. This tastes better than the regular Mountain Dew. It tastes on par, in my opinion, with the Voltage and the Live Wires of the Mountain Dew family. I just think that this is a drink that if I were to see on shelves all the time, would I pick this over something else? Maybe not. But with that said, you'll have flavors like Spark, which is absolutely terrible, and Frostbite, which is an underwhelming flavor. This is better than those two flavors. I think that Mountain Dew actually did something right with this flavor of Mountain Dew. Thank you so much for watching this video. The mystery flavor is Red Airhead, and cheers.